aroma. I can't help but partake in this little tease. Yes, Ryan, that's a poem by Sobo Effect. Can we get him on one day on the show?
Oh. Is that like the energy drink, Sobu?
The
lizard?
Or it could be. I don't know. Ryan, do we got a confirmation on that? Who it is?
Gosh.
Yeah?
That might be confusing with Gordon the Gecko.
Oh, wow. Wait.
We're live?
We're live? Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Ryan, right, yeah.
Rolling on that cane, my face is on the ceiling. Take me to the leaning, I'm the pill, I want the feeling.
And we're live. Welcome to Quarantining
with the Chris's.
I'm your host, Chris.
I'm your host, Chris.
And we have a very, very special times 61 edition for you folks today. Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, round of applause for all the veterans out there, Ryan.
Yay!
Thank you for all of the veterans for doing what you do, protecting and serving the United States of America. We love and appreciate all of you. We also love and appreciate everyone who just joined us. We had a little bit of a delay because Ryan unfortunately crashed YouTube, and YouTube is not working.
He was deep in the MC universe.
I thought Safe Search was off for Ryan. We put it back on?
We did, yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we did put it back on for him.
Well, thank you again for joining QWTChrises. We do this every day that ends.
And why?
Does not start
with S.
It is not a Monday. Usually we do a fireside chat, but we had to go to Netflix, and all I have is fire. So we will come out with a fire episode for all of you. Our community cause this week is Wild Landscapes International.
Yes, Wild Landscapes International partners with diverse stakeholders and communities to conserve large natural landscapes for both wildlife and people.
Wild Landscapes International works under the radar to put high priority conservation actions in front of decision makers across the globe. If you're on Instagram right now, go to @wildlandscapes_international. Or if you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, or somehow watching from outside our window, go to wildlandscapes.org. We got to pay the bills, Chris.
Yeah, we got to pay the bills today, Chris. We're sponsored by Magic Spoon. So good, there's nothing left, Chris.
Magic Spoon. You do need an actual spoon to eat it.
Do you?
Yeah.
I actually never use spoons when I eat cereal. I just
forks
them like this. No, I just...
You're a fork guy?
No, I just put it all in there.
Hi, Katie. Hi, Ruben Rusty. Hi, Jack Quay. Hi to everyone joining Quarantine the Chris's. Sorry for being a little late as YouTube decided to crash. But Ryan, we got a guest? No? Anyone? Anyone on today? We'd appreciate it. In Santa Monica drinking wine or not, we thank you for being here.
Or up in Rose.
Hi, hello, and how you doing? Butterfly here. What's up, guys? How you doing, man?
Ryan, good.
What?
How's it going, Vincent?
It's going quite well, man. Thank you.
Or should I say hi?
I'm glad you guys mentioned Veterans Day. It was, I wanted to bring it up as well. So, obviously, I, for one, off the bat, I'll say don't come from a military family. I don't have a military background. But anyone that lives in this country clearly knows how much a debt of gratitude we owe to those who are serving and who have served. So off the top, absolutely. Thank you to everybody out there. We appreciate it. Believe me, we know it goes unsaid far too often, but we love everything you do, everything you've done. It does not go unforgotten. Believe me. That's why I got my shirt on right now in honor of you guys. So let's rock and roll, baby.
Wow, well said there.
Yeah, that was beautifully said. Well, Vincent, I'm sorry, but I was supposed to introduce you by saying hi, hello, and how you doing?
Oh, I apologize. Did I beat you to the punch? I'm sorry.
In the notes, Ryan said we went over this in rehearsal, but sometimes lines get crossed. But we appreciate you joining us
bro,
today.
I apologize. It's pretty automatic for me. As soon as they jump on, man. As soon as they jump on.
Yeah, we
But
appreciate
anyway, go ahead, man. Say it.
it. Hi,
Hello.
how you doing?
And how you doing?
Ryan, put that on a t-shirt.
Great teamwork there.
I love it. I love it.
Speaking of teamwork, you're a big fan of MCU. Who is your favorite Team Avenger member?
From the Avengers specifically?
Yes.
Man, that's a tough one. I mean, I like them all. I love Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, of course. Man, and it's to the point now where I can look past the actual actor. These are real people to me. Like Thor, Iron Man, all those guys, they exist. You know what I mean? That's how much I love them.
For sure.
But if I had to pick a favorite, oh my god, I'm gonna go Captain America. I'm gonna go Captain America.
Timely.
Because he's the first Avenger. He started it all. And you know,
and for Veterans Day, you basically had to say you had no choice.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I guess
Even better. So yeah, we'll go Captain America because he can do this all day.
All day. We could do this all day as well with you, Vincent. At
don't get me started,
Sobu
brother.
Effect on the Instagram. You're also located in California, but you spent some time. Was it the Sunshine State? What?
Wyoming. That's a Sunshine
Well,
State.
Sunshine State?
Yeah, kind of opposite of the Sunshine State, but yes, I did spend some time in my childhood in Wyoming, where it's they have real weather there. Like we're talking sub-zero temperatures in the winter. You know, snowmen, sledding, all that stuff. So, like I said, luckily I lived there as a kid, so all I know of it is fun times.
Well,
Not the shoveling the snow and the chipping the ice off the windows. I mean, no.
You need a lot of this.
You need plenty of that. You need plenty of that. That's right.
Yeah. And you at Sobu Effect on Instagram is the Social Butterfly podcast that you're the host of. There was a YouTube butterfly beautiful expose that's supposed to be behind us, but YouTube actually crashed for at least a little bit, and we couldn't get on at all on any device. So you're stuck.
Really?
We're stuck holding your feet to the fire here. Could you talk a little about your podcast, Social Butterfly?
Oh,
Effect.
I mean, number one, I appreciate the fact that you were going to have a butterfly back there. That's a pretty good. I like the thought. I appreciate the thought. There you go. And why not? The fire's cozy, man. For California standards, it's chilly now, right? So
that's why we have the fire going.
Yeah.
It all works. So the what is it?
Oh, we have a Thor fan there.
To be honest, I've never seen Thor in a movie, but I just get a vibe. Oh man, I'm telling you, you got to check out Thor. His sorry guys.
No,
Go for it.
He's an awesome character, number one. So obviously you can see him in any Avengers movie because he's part of the Avengers. But if you watch him in his standalone movies, they're amazing, and I recommend watching them in order. You got, of course, you got the first one, what have you. But Thor Ragnarok, man, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but that's a masterpiece right there, man. That's an awesome one right there. So go check that out. Yeah. All right. So to bring it back around the podcast, in a nutshell, back in 2019, in early 2019, I got to a point where I knew I had a lot more to give than just in the occupational area. And so I was like, okay, how do and I didn't have a social media platform. I'd never been on anything. I had never had, MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of that stuff. It just wasn't me. It's not what I did. But I wanted to start something. So, because I had a message to give, and I have a lot of energy, if you didn't notice. And it happens, and it happens to be real positive, and I want to get it out there. And I've got a lifelong mission in front of me, man. So I was like, okay, how do I do this? So I did a little research because I had no experience with anything. And lo and behold, I found out podcasting was pretty easy. And my brother, as a matter of fact, has been into podcasting, not making them, but listening to them for quite some time. And he'd always be like, oh, Vince, you should check out this and that. And, yeah, I'll get to it, whatever. So anyway, so because of that, I looked into it, and turns out all you got to do is download an app, hit a button, and start talking. And I was like, I can do all three of those things, no problem.
There you go.
So that's where it started, man. And I label it as an open forum podcast because, especially at the beginning, I had grand visions of having multiple topics here, there. I had visions of having guests and whatnot. So I was thinking far ahead, it turns out. But when I realized I didn't have the capability to do all that, the one thing that does come natural outside of just talking was the motivation, the inspiration, and whatnot. So if you listen to the trailer, it goes over the 90s anime, cartoons, video games, yada yada yada, because that is in there, and I might sprinkle some of that in there here and there. But I really fell into, okay, let me get the leadership thing out, because I'm really big on leadership. Like, it means a lot to me. And there's a big difference between leadership and management, and I drew the line right there. Anyway, that's another story for another time. But with that being said, that's pretty much what my podcast has been about for 99% of it. Like I said, the first few episodes are kind of everywhere because I knew nothing what I was doing. I think my first episode is like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
and it's pretty much just me saying how you doing, And quick note, I didn't have hi, hello, and how you doing yet. So I think that's the only episode I don't say it. Maybe the second one, but for sure by the third one I had it. And so that's what it's about right now. But I have huge plans. Like, I mean, this year's been just huge for me, idea-wise. I don't have time. Everything's closed, so I can't do anything. But I have the ideas. So I'm really looking forward to next year and finally upgrading to where I can have some guests and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't even own a mic, bro. You know what I'm saying? I literally just talking to my phone all the time. That's what I do.
That's all you
I'm
need.
doing this on my phone. So, but I'll get there.
Yeah, and Ryan said that he would love to be a guest one time on the podcast. We don't know if he's contractually allowed to be on the Social Butterfly podcast, but we could probably work something into the language for you.
Well, like I said, it's going to be it is an open forum podcast, so he's more than welcome to come on. I got no problem with that. If you guys remove the chains and let him go outside, then yeah. Don't talk to Vince offline.
Someone's got to put the logs in the fire. We can't.
That's right.
Unfortunately, it's gonna have to wait till about March.
This fire is not going to burn itself.
it's not.
That's great.
But speaking of things burning themselves, and where did you get the fire to follow leadership or to speak on leadership? Where does that come from for you?
So that's been something that's tugged on me my entire life. I mean, from my entire life. Even at an age where I was too young to recognize what that feeling was, I knew it was there, and I've always been over positive. Like my outlook on life is far too positive. And so when I was young, it actually kind of conflicted with me because I was like, why do I feel like this? Think like this. Anyway, so fast forward to as I got older, I started feeling more comfortable with it, more confident with it, more along the lines of, well, this is probably a gift. I should do something with it, and so that's when I started talking about it a little bit more, and that's when I was like I said, I need to get somewhere else with this, and that's where the podcast came in from to spread that. But I've had it my entire life, but to give a little backstory to that, I'm also an extremely hard worker. Shout out to my pops. Actually, he's an extremely hard worker too. That's kind of where I got it from, and so in my work, I was just headstrong, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, okay, the higher I go, the higher I climb this ladder, the more I can, inspire people, motivate people, blah, blah, blah. But the higher I got on that ladder and the more I saw what it's like, the higher you get, I quickly realized, yo, that's not me. Like, what you guys want me to be is not why I got into this. And so that was the beginning of the walls crumbling, of me taking off the occupational chains and saying, no, this is not the direction I want to go. I need to take this somewhere else, and it's not here. It's not punching a clock, and so that's what I did. So yes, like I tell everybody, look, don't be stupid, don't quit your job and go broke. You need a job. I got no problem with that, but include what you love, whatever's calling you, whatever's pulling you, whatever wakes you up in the morning. Include it in your life. 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, it doesn't matter. Get it in your life. It'll make its way, bigger and bigger and bigger. But it's up to you to water it. You've got to give it time, man.
Love that.
Yeah.
Best version of you, inner child, inner warrior, inner beast. It says here in the notes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about. Well, and another thing is all those things you just said, like best version of you and all that. Like I've always been the type of leader that has the best my people's best in my mind. Like I want to see them grow. I want them to become the best version of themselves. I want them to get better than me. I want them to go farther than me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I can give to someone, I want that to be a building block to what they can become, and hopefully it's more than me. Because if they just become what I am, well, that's not enough. They need to be more. So, you know, I'm really big into the best version of yourself. Because to be honest, that's an ongoing process, man. That's why I tell everybody I have a lifelong mission, because the vision that I have goes beyond my lifetime. I want it to keep going well beyond myself. You know what I mean? That's why I'm really big on, you know, I don't believe in leaving an inheritance. I want to leave a legacy. You know, inheritance gets spent, legacy gets lived on. So I want to keep going. So yeah, I have a long road ahead of me, apparently.
I think that sounds not like MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, but VCU, Vincent Cinematic Universe. I think.
Yeah. You may not find too much of that in the MCU. You know what's funny about that though? They actually do slip in a lot of good literature within like the Avengers movies and stuff like that, all those action movies. So every time I hear it, I pick up on it, and I just smile like, yeah, that's cool right there.
Right on. With great literature, I guess, is one of your poems going to come up in one of the new Avengers movies?
Ooh.
Oh man, I'd love to say yes, but I'll throw it out there right now. Hey, any of you guys in the MCU universe, you want to use it? It's yours. Go ahead. You can use it. All I ask is that you put my name in the credits. I don't care. You even got to pay me. You can use it. I don't care.
Wow.
Yeah. No, that would be amazing. That'd be amazing. But like I said, my writing to me is just a passion. Like I don't have an end goal to my writing. It's just a passion, and I share it for the sake of letting other people know. Look, I'm not doing this for any other reason, but I like to do it. I love it. So I make it part of my life. So whatever you love, make that part of yours. It doesn't have to be writing. It can be anything. So.
Right on. we love that. Like, where do you find your inspiration for your poems? Do you do a little bit of do you write every day, like 5-10 minutes, or do you just pop it out once a week?
So that's a good question. When I was younger, I did write every day. And if I wasn't writing, I was reading. So, you know, my vocabulary naturally expanded. And my writing got better, so forth and so on. So I would write all the time. If I wasn't writing, I was reading, and vice versa. But once that stopped, back when I was around 20 years old, writing had left my life. Up until last April, when I joined Twitter, and I was surprisingly found by a writing community, and all these triggers just went off again. I'm like, oh, I love this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And so that's what I do. Now, with that being said, I do only do it once a week. Because I don't know if maybe you've noticed, but every day is something else on my Instagram post. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday each represent something different. Mm-hmm. So Monday is my Motivation Monday. That's when I do a post, motivational. Lately, it's been actually about learning how to love Mondays, because I love Mondays. Mondays to me equal let's go. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone gets the Monday blues. Everyone feels that like, oh man, it's Monday, the weekend's over, blah, blah, blah. Got to go back to work. And if you feel that way, you better make some changes in your life, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, just hit the ground running, man. Wake up. Number one, have gratitude, smile about it, and start the mindset from there. Seriously, from there. For, I don't even know, over 10 years now, every single day, 7 days a week, I have a morning routine, and I stretch, I pray, I meditate, and I've done that for like 12 years.
Nice.
And 7 days a week. So regardless of how I feel, I don't care how I wake up, because I'm human, man. I don't always wake up 100%. It doesn't matter, right? I mean, but it doesn't matter, because I'm a huge a believer in training the mind, the body, and the soul. The body is easy, exercise, what have you. But the body and the soul, the mind and the soul require much different training. So regardless of how my body feels, as long as I got my mind right, my soul right, no one will ever know that I'm under 100%, because I only approach the day with the 100% mindset. So that's how I do that. Sorry, I got a little off track.
No, we see Ryan put up on the teleprompter here. Part of the Monday motivation recently was about coffee and positivity and not freaking out. And Remember that stabbing people is wrong. Are you wearing pants? And
Right.
you are a magnificent sunflower or potato, whatever you like.
I guess.
That is absolutely correct. That's the one I did.
What
And then
what would you be? Would you be a sunflower or a potato?
I'd be a potato. Absolutely. Yeah, I want to be a potato.
Not bad.
I have enough sunshine. I'd rather be a potato. Tough skinned.
Vincent at Sobu Effect, the host of Social Butterfly Podcast, the godfather of Quarantine the Chris's, Justin Badger Wozni, just said, "I'm so pumped." He's fired up. I think he needs you in his corner to motivate him.
I love it, man. I'm glad. I'm happy you're pumped up. Another thing, besides the positivity, the energy. Holy crap, do I have a lot of energy? And I always have. And I mean, no matter what I do, I've always had to control my energy. As a kid, I couldn't. But as I got older, I was able to. So I don't know if you're familiar with Dragon Ball Z, but I love Dragon Ball Z. So one of the things that they do is they control their power levels. It goes up and it goes down. And so I equate it to that. I always tell myself, all right, Vince, you got to lower your power level. Or you're going to go too far. And so I do. And then like when I do something like this, as I start talking, I kind of let the reins go. That's why, you'll see me starting to get pumped up.
Sure.
Because that's how my engine works, man. The more it turns, the more it gets ramped up and the horsepower gets going. Okay, so I'm getting off track. So that was Monday, all right? And then Tuesday is my Tuesday tributes. So, since joining Instagram and Twitter and I do my IG lives and whatnot, I met, as you can imagine, a lot of cool people, like yourself included. So I was like, you know what? I want to give a little something back. I don't have anything like let's say a celebrity or whatnot, but I got this platform right here. So I'm going to dedicate one of my days to somebody else. So whatever I gain, whatever traction I get, I want someone else to have a piece of that too. So every Tuesday, I call it Tuesday Tributes, you'll see me put a post of someone else's Instagram page. And I'll write something about them, whatever, what have you. And quick note, my captions are very important to me. They mean a lot to me. I put a lot of thought into them. And it goes back to my love of writing. That was actually one of my first triggers of writing when I started doing my Instagram page. And I started really getting into my captions. I was like, as I look back and I progress to the now, I can see how it got better. I can see how it started to come more and more naturally, and my captions got better and better. But I take them very seriously. Like that's why I read them in my podcast. One of my segments is called Post Past Narrations, and that's literally what I'm doing. I'm going back to my old posts that since I've gained more followers, they're not gonna know what happened when I first started. No one's gonna go back to the first or second post, whatever. And I get it, no big deal. But I figured if I put it in my podcast, not only can I present it, I can read it and give it some emotion. So you know what I mean. So that way, when they go back and read it, they can hear me saying it, if you will. And even if they read ones now, they can get the feeling of how I probably want it to come across. And as you can imagine, it's usually with a lot of energy.
and Vincent, but, you're also adding a little caveat in all the things you do with Easter eggs. Is that right? Any hints for us?
That's 100% correct. So I'm a big kid. Number one, I've never lost or left my childhood behind me, and it rests within me. So like I said, my inner child is very much at the forefront of who I am. So with that being said, I love video games, I love cartoons, I love movies, so forth and so on. And I don't just like them as entertainment. I mean, I really, really like them. Like they mean a lot to me. I enjoy them. They give me something. They add joy to my life. So a lot of little nods that I do within my captions, my podcast, my Instagram posts. Yeah, I'll put little references, little subtle references. Some I know people won't get because they're a little too subtle. Some are more obvious, especially like the MCU ones and whatnot. But yeah, I drop a lot of Easter eggs in everything that I do because that's my way of saying thank you to the people behind all that stuff, all the anime I like, the cartoons, the video games. That's how I say thank you to them for bringing that kind of joy in my life. I mean, that's how much it means to me.
Right.
So yes, good call. And then, so to continue, on Wednesday,
that's today.
Wednesday, today.
You just hang out with us every Wednesday?
Yeah.
So Wednesday is Workday Wednesday for me, right? I do my IG live one week and I make a podcast episode the other week. So I alternate. So every other week is one or the other. So
Gotcha.
today I made an episode. So my newest episode is up today, and next week I won't do a podcast episode, but I'll do an IG live. So that's my workday Wednesday, and then my thoughtful Thursdays is when I write. And believe it or not, that's what started this whole conversation. Was, do I write once a week or do I write every day? So now that we've made it all the way to Thursday, I call it Thoughtful Thursdays, which is the only day that I write. I literally don't write what you see until that morning. So like I like to tell people, that ink is still wet. So I wake up, I go through the Rolodex of emotions in my head, see what comes up. Sometimes I'll just say a few words, see if something flows with it, and I just let it come out. And that's why, and I get it. You know, I'm just getting back into it. A lot of it might sound juvenile, whatever. A lot of it's untethered because I don't believe in the standard that roses are red, violets are blue, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, it doesn't fall into an exact rhythm sometimes, but you'll get it if you read it a couple times. You'll be like, oh, okay, now I get it. Now I get it. And so I only write that day.
We do like your poems. I guess I don't think I've ever seen a mistake on there. Do you have erasers for Sharpies? Because we may need it.
I mean, I think that's why they have dry erase boards, right? So.
Ryan, can you get another one of those?
But you're right. If there ever is a mistake, like I'll scribble it out. Like if you look at some of them, you'll see a scribble here or there. That's just because I'm not going to take the time to go back and rewrite it because I don't want to rewrite it. Like in that moment, it's flowing. I want to write whatever's supposed to come at that moment. So I'd rather just scribble it out and show the mistake. And really that mistake just really resembles the fact that we all make mistakes, but who cares? Keep going, move on. The finished product awaits you. You know what I mean? Who cares about that little mistake? Keep going. So that's why I leave it there. I want it to be raw. I want it to be fresh. I want people to know this isn't pre-written or I'm not copying something from somewhere or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's written that day. So it is what it is. Some of them sound like Dr. Seuss. Some of them have to do with, you know, spirituality, sexuality. There's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just getting started. Trust me. So, and then we round it off with Friday, which is Fanfare Friday. And on Fanfare Friday, that's where I show video games, anime, movies, yada, yada. So far, it's only been video games because I have a vast collection of old school games, and I love retro games because they were such a huge part of my growing up. So on Fridays is when I do my Fanfare Fridays. And like I said, so far, it's been a bunch of games. Probably will continue to be for a while. Like I said, I have a lot of video games that I want to share with the people, kind of reawaken other people's childhoods, if you will. You know, have them get that. I remember that feeling. Yeah. So that's what Fanfare Friday is. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I don't post anything because self-care is important, man. Believe me. I did post 7 days a week when I first started Instagram, but as it got more jumbled and more ideas started to come in my head, I'm not naturally organized. I'm pretty scatterbrained. And so I knew I had to find organization somewhere, and that's how I came up with my Monday through Friday format because it allows me to do so much and show so many different interests in an organized manner. You know what I mean? Without it becoming a jumbled mess. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I don't post. I put up something in my stories, which just says, you know, questions, comments, and then I'll write a little caption wishing everybody a happy weekend. And if they want to leave me a question or a comment, they can. Of course, I respond to everybody. But that's how I get away from being on social media, if you will, and whatnot, and then kind of, you know, let the mind refresh, reflect, and get ready for Monday and do it all over again.
Nice. I like that.
That's a full week right there.
Yeah. And if it wasn't organized, it'd be a full mess. That's why.
That's what this show should say in our tagline. It should be Quarantine with the Chris's, a full mess.
An organized mess.
A fully organized mess.
Fully organized mess, yes.
I love it.
We used to do the show 7 days a week for the first 100 episodes. So for 100 straight days, we did the show.
Yeah.
Whew, man, that's putting in some work right there, my friend.
Yeah, I think I still feel it somewhere. I mean, I'm getting older now. I feel, you know, a little creaky knee probably because of it or something. But we at first we're like,
ache a little bit.
Yeah. And at first we were like, we didn't know if we were going to do a show. We were just messing around on Instagram, and we were just like, I'm like, how often do you want to do this? We're like, every day. We're like, okay, well, we're stuck inside and we got nothing else to do, so we might as well do this.
Oh yeah. There's that too.
But you
So
haven't
did
really
you
been
guys
stuck
start
inside.
this year?
Yeah, we just
Did you guys
started.
start this year?
Yeah, we did.
St. Patrick's Day, March 17th.
Right.
Your fact check on that.
I
Also,
think-
right when it started. You guys started this right when the shutdown happened and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Ah.
life never shut down for you. Why is that?
No. It never shut down for me because I'm what's considered an essential worker. I work in the grocery business. So as far as we were concerned, we never missed any work. I haven't missed one day of work due to the pandemic since it started. So for me, it was just a matter of, they learned as they went. You know, I mean, you dealt with the whole, toilet paper hoarding phenomena thing.
Yeah.
That was a mess. And then so the shelves were empty for a long time. They finally got that under control. They finally limited the amount of people that can go in. Of course, we have our gloves, our masks, and all that stuff in order to keep us safe, if you will. But besides all that, besides all that, it's still normal. So yeah, my work never stopped.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, my brother worked at the grocery store, and he said people could get a little antsy. I guess like what would have. What were some like weird things that you saw in the store during the beginning of quarantine?
Oh, 100%. It was just the hoarding. I mean, people were literally buying multiple shopping carts of whatever they can grab. I mean, there was there was stuff in people's shopping carts. We're talking regular shoppers that I see on a daily basis. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm thinking, what are you doing? Why do you need that, kombucha that I've never seen you drink once?
Right.
And we're not talking one. I'm talking about people were buying cases of stuff and there was this literal thought of, we're going to run out of food. You guys are going to shut down. We're not going to have food. We're not going to have blah, blah, blah. Of course, that never happened, but that was the thought for the first, 2 months or so. And it was just pandemonium. It was totally disordered. There was no organization whatsoever. So and that's what it was, man. I will say though, I'll give credit where it's due, and people were generally okay with it. Like I mean, there wasn't fighting, there wasn't arguing, there was whatnot. Every now and then you'll have your scuffle here and there, but it was organized chaos, man. That's all it was. So. Yeah, it was crazy. I'd never seen anything like that ever, and hopefully never do. But it was insane. It was insane. And as you can imagine, we didn't know that was going to happen, so we weren't exactly equipped for that. So we had the normal staff there, but with like 5 times the amount of people of customers, so we were just getting hammered all day.
I picture like a zombie movie where like there's just a bunch of just half dead people going nuts for no reason.
Just hordes of people coming in. It was pretty similar to that, absolutely. Except we weren't allowed to have shotguns and shovels. We just had to check out the groceries.
Why is it always a shovel? Why, like, do enough people have shovels that you can bring it around and protect yourself?
I mean,
I don't own a shovel.
We don't own a shovel. Not here in LA. Maybe in my own.
I don't have a shovel either. I guess I'm in trouble. That's a great point because you're right. There's always a shovel.
Yeah.
Not enough. I mean, I guess I'm very underprepared for a zombie apocalypse.
I think we are too. I think we gotta Ryan. We're not even earthquake prepared, are we? That's fine.
You know what's funny about that? I hate to say it, but I bet you like 99% of Californians aren't earthquake prepared.
No. Yeah. If there's a big one right now, I would I was born on the East Coast. I would just stop, drop, and roll. Like I don't know what to do.
Stop, drop, and roll.
I think that's right.
Yeah, right?
That's for fires.
I don't know if you guys. I know that reminds me of. I don't know if you guys ever watched South Park.
Yeah.
But that one episode where they were on the volcano and the lava was coming down. They're like, just get down, boys. And the volcano, or the lava goes over, and they just turn to bones and what have you. I mean, that's just what jumped in my mind. Sorry, man.
No,
it's okay. You must have been reading my mind. I was dreaming about South Park last night, so.
Yeah, South Park was great, man.
And what's funny, I was a huge South Park guy when Kenny used to die in every episode. That was the best.
Oh yeah, that was a must. You killed Kenny. Yeah, that was absolutely. Then I remember the movie came out, and I mean, I know it's still going. I haven't seen it in years, but I mean,
I haven't either. Yeah, it's one
back
of
in
those.
the day.
But with the Social Butterfly podcast, I guess one of the inspirations Ryan has here in the notes was actually The Simpsons.
Yes, as far as the name goes,
Yeah.
as far as the Social Butterfly name goes, yeah, it was absolutely The Simpsons. There's well, like I mentioned prior, I'm a big Simpsons fan. So when coming up with a title, or for myself and for the podcast, Social Butterfly came to mind rather quickly, really because I'm soul number one, and I'm that guy that'll walk into a room and introduce myself to everybody. How you doing? How you doing? And so I got labeled a social butterfly. I've been called a social butterfly many times in my life. So that's where that came from. As far as The Simpsons go, there's an episode of The Simpsons where the school's burning down and Skinner's getting taken away because they think he's crazy because he keeps yelling, "It was the butterfly! It was the butterfly!" and then it shows Bart holding a gas can as a butterfly, and he's just like, "No one suspects the butterfly." So that's my little nod to The Simpsons. And then the social butterfly effect, if you're not familiar with it, is pretty much just a butterfly in one part of the world that flaps its wings and creates a little flutter, and in the other part of the world, it creates a hurricane. So it goes from a flutter to a hurricane, and that's how I envision my whole journey going. It started from nothing, and I envision it getting stronger and stronger, to wherever the end game is, somewhere down the road, being something like a hurricane, becoming a much stronger force than the way it started. So that's my three-prong answer to why it's called Social Butterfly.
Interesting. I guess for the three-part life of a butterfly, the caterpillar, the cocoon, and the butterfly, I guess what stage would you be in?
There you go. I actually did not consider that as far as the name, but I like that. I like that. I'll probably bring that up. I'll give you credit, but I'll bring it up.
Just as long as I could get credits, you don't need to pay me or anything. Just put in the credits.
I would be
You got
cocoon.
it. There you go. There you go.
I'm definitely in the cocoon
I'm
right
cocoon.
now.
I've been in the cocoon stage for almost 36 years.
If I was going to compare where I am as far as the butterfly goes, obviously the butterfly is the end part, so I'm definitely not there. I'd say I've gotten past the caterpillar stage, so I guess I'm in a cocoon as well. Don't plan to be there for 36 years, but
Interesting. Well,
I do plan to emerge as the butterfly, if you will.
right on.
So
I guess we're all just hanging from the same pod.
there you go. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Similar to Pokemon, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
I love Team
There's a
Rocket.
There's a Pokemon that hangs from the tree, and then it evolves into a Butterfree or something like that.
Oh yes.
Sorry guys, I watch a lot of cartoons.
I don't know zilch about Pokemon except for Pika.
Oh yeah, that's the number one guy right there, Pikachu. Yeah.
I've been getting into Adventure Time again. Like if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll tune in Adventure Time to try to go back to sleep. That's my go-to cartoon right now.
Finn and Jake.
Finn the human, Jake the dog.
Yeah. You know what, man? I'm gonna catch up on those. I've seen those before, but I actually want to watch that entire series. I want to watch the entire series of Adventure Time, that regular show. All those shows that they were showing for a while on Cartoon Network. But I didn't, because at that time my life was a little busier, so I couldn't. But I caught whatever I could, and they're really good. And nowadays, as everyone knows, you can stream everything and anything. So I definitely plan to catch up on all those shows, because they're great, man. The humor is funny, man. It's really good.
It's quite funny. I guess. What are your go-to shows right now from the Marvel universe, and then also, I guess, in the cartoon world?
Well, I actually just finished watching the entire series of Avatar, like 2 days ago. So that's the most recent one. I watched the Castlevania anime. I watched that in its entirety. If you haven't seen that, man, I don't know if you like anime or not. That was awesome, and they already approved it for a fourth season. So I'm just waiting for the fourth season to come out. I love Attack on Titan. Unfortunately, on Netflix, they only have the first season, but there's actually 3 seasons, and the fourth season should be coming out or soon. That's gonna be the final season, so they're gonna finish that off. And like I mentioned before, I love Dragon Ball Z. That's like one of my all-time favorites. Easy. And man, I can go on and on when it comes. As far as the Marvel cinematic universe goes, I literally like every single one of the movies that comes out. But if I had to go to a go-to one, I would probably say the first Avengers, because the first Avengers to this day, I mean, I could put it on right now, and it still gets me like I'm just watching it, like I haven't seen it before. And then when they get to the iconic circle shot where it shows all the characters in one spot and the camera circles around them, and that signifies that all the individual movies before have now come together to form the Avengers. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps right now just talking about it. I love that scene. Sometimes I'll look that up on YouTube just to watch it, because it's that good to me. Like, it's just that awesome. So if I had to pick a go-to movie from the MCU, I would go the first Avengers, because that's what brought everything together. And from there, it's all gravy. Then they just went off and made all these great movies, and then of course you had Infinity War, Endgame, which were just masterpieces. And so yeah. So that would be my go-to when it comes to that, for sure.
Right on. Thanks for giving us something to watch tonight.
Oh yeah, man. I strongly recommend it. I strongly recommend it. And you know what's funny? Obviously we can't go to movie theaters and all that anymore. But when Infinity War and Endgame first came out, I saw Endgame the night it came out, because I had to watch it with the fans. Because, after the first few nights, the hardcore fans have already seen it. And now you have just people going to watch it because it's a blockbuster film or whatever have you. So I had to watch it with the fans. And, it's a 3-hour movie. And, I enjoyed every minute of it. It could have been another 3 hours for all I cared. It was it's just that good to me. And so that was fun, because everyone's cheering, whatever have you. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with Watch Mojo on YouTube. I used to binge watchmojo.com on YouTube all the time. Well, they make a bunch of lists, like top 10 this, top 10 that.
Okay, yeah.
So one of them was top 10 reactions to movies and whatever. Anyway, turns out in India, when they go to the movie theaters, man, they let it be known. I mean, when you get a chance, go to YouTube and look up any Infinity War, Endgame reaction in India. Oh man, I watch it just to pretend I'm there with them. I would love. That's the kind of experience I was hoping to get, here. But in the States, it's different. We don't look at things like that. But man, they were up and cheering and yelling, and I was like, oh my God, I wish I was there with you guys.
Right on.
Like that's the kind of fan I am when it comes to that, man. Yeah. Like I said, I like him to the point where I can watch him right now. It's like watching him for the first time, man. I just love him. I grew up with comic books. I read comic books, as a kid. Still have a lot of my comic books as a kid, and so yeah.
That's great, man. Yeah, no, we appreciate your positivity, inspiration, motivation, and being part of the Vincent cinematic universe today on Quarantine with Chris's.
My pleasure, man. It's a one-man show, but
you're doing great work there with the Social Butterfly podcast and your IG Live volumes. We look forward to great things in your future.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And just like I said, I do my IG Lives every other week. So next week will be an IG Live. And hey, man, anybody out there that wants to join in. Now, one thing I will say, and this upsets a lot of people, and it's not going to change. I don't have a set time. When I first came up with doing my IG Live, I purposely didn't give it a time because, number one, I didn't want to tie myself to a time because, we all have busy lives. You never know what's going to happen. Things, I don't want to let people down in that way. And plus, I'm a big believer in things happening organic. Like for instance, myself personally, I always feel I'm where I'm supposed to be. And I won't go too deep into this because we don't have time for this. But I feel like whatever is happening in the moment, it's up to me to figure that out. But I always feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. So with that being said, I always feel like whoever wants to join or is supposed to join, regardless of what time I do jump on, they'll be there. So I love the fact that there's always someone different. Because sometimes I do it a little earlier, sometimes a little later. Lately, it's fallen into a nice little window of between noon and 2. So there you go, everybody. That's the window right now.
There you go.
Little Easter egg. There you go.
That's as much of a time as I can give you. But that can change, any given week. I might do it at, early in the morning or late at night. And, this is a global community. So depending on what time I do it, some people are asleep. And or it's the next day to them. Yeah. So if I change up the hours, I can grab, an audience from the other side of the world.
Great
because
point.
if I do it at night here, it's daytime over there, and vice versa. So that's why I do it. And I like the surprise. I like to see who jumps on. Perfect. And the downside of that, I guess, if you want to call it a downside, is that there are some episodes where I don't get too many people jumping on because it is on a weekday. Number one, it's Wednesday. I get it. People work, people go to school, so I understand that. There is no set time, so if you're already doing something, you're not gonna say, "Oh, hey, check it out, Vince is on. Let me stop what I'm doing and go watch him." I get it. I'm not. It's cool. I don't ask to be that important. So whoever can does. And we have a great conversation, and it's worked out wonderful. It's one of my favorite hours of my week. I love it. I look forward to it, and I've been asked many times if I'm going to do it more in the future, possibly. But because it took me so much thought to organize things as they are right now, and it's working, I'm not going to fix what's not broken. So right now, it's going to stay every other week at a spontaneous time. But like I said, right now it's been between noon and 2. So you can be ready.
Right on. Well,
yeah, just jump on, man. It's all positivity. It's all love. And it's just to build a community. It's just to network, meet other podcasters, and just have a good time, man.
Cool.
Thanks, Vince. Thanks again, Vince. We appreciate you. We'll be looking forward to it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, man.
All right.
Hit me up anytime. I'll be here.
Right on. Catch you, Vince.
All right.
The Social Butterfly, Chris.
There you go. That was the host of the Social Butterfly podcast, Vincent. He also does IG Lives. He does a little bit of everything. And if you're not motivated, inspired, or awake by now, then you probably need something else in your life.
Probably.
Yeah.
But check out Vincent over there. He's got every day has a theme, Chris.
Yeah, every day.
Today is Work Wednesday.
Yeah. We appreciate you joining Quarantine the Chris's on a very special Veterans Day edition. Ryan, you get the, no? We're supposed to have a flyover, but Ryan apparently couldn't get that.
No, hold on. Did you hear that?
Oh.
There was a flyover.
Oh, there we go.
There was a flyover.
There you go. Our community cause is Wild Landscapes International. Go to wildlandscapes.org. To check them out and support them, and pay the bills one more time.
Yeah, sponsored by Magic Spoon. It looks like I got a little bit of jelly on here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Magic Spoon comes with jelly.
Jelly not included.
We have a very special edition tomorrow. The godfather of the program, Justin Badgerwazi, will be joining us for a little surprise thing we have in store for him.
Yeah, we got a little surprise episode coming, hanging out with the Godfather himself.
Yeah.
We shall catch you tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
But if it was tomorrow, what would Vincent's...
He'll have a poem for us tomorrow.
A poem? So
yes.
you think Justin will have a poem?
I think we should do a live poem writing tomorrow, Chris. Maybe we can do that.
I think we did a haiku once, didn't we?
We have done a haiku.
Yeah, we pull that. If we had the audio visual capabilities that Ryan actually did his job, then we probably could pull those up. But
I think I might have it on here somewhere.
Yep.
But, all right, maybe we'll get it by tomorrow. Catch ya.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the